Hi, I'm Wendy from shinyhappyworld.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to put together this raccoon applique pattern. So this is one block in the Woodland Critters quilt pattern, which is a larger quilt pattern that includes a whole bunch of different forest animals. But in this video, we're just going to work on the raccoon. All right, let's build this raccoon. So this is one of the blocks in the Woodland Critters quilt pattern, and I've got everything ready to go except for one step that I wanted to show you actually on the light box. So again, this is the video showing you how to assemble it if you're using a light box, and that means that you do not need to transfer all of these dotted lines that are placement guides onto the fabric side, but you do need to transfer the stitching lines. So for this raccoon, that is the eyelashes, if you want to use them, and the mouth. So you definitely are going to want to transfer the smile, and just use a regular fine tip Sharpie, lay it down on the light box, and you can see those lines from the paper side of your pieces shine right through to the fabric side. And just transfer that. I just use a regular fine tip Sharpie, nothing fancy. And on this one, I do want to do the eyelashes as well. So I'm going to transfer those. And it doesn't matter that I'm using a permanent pen because I'm going to stitch over that black line with black thread so you will never see it. All right, now all the pieces are ready to go. So we are going to start with piece number 1, because if you are using a light box, the numbers tell you what piece is what, but they also tell you what order to lay them down in. So we are going to start with piece number 1. And then number 2 are the outer ear on one side. Raccoons have like a little bit of white fur around the edge of their ears. White or light gray. I think it's usually pretty light. And then we're going to do the darker inner ears that they have. So these are piece 4 and 5. If you were making this in fantasy colors, I'm doing pretty realistic colors here, but if you were doing this in fantasy colors, as long as you make dark colors where it is dark in real life and light colors where it is light in real life, you will still have something that is recognizable as a raccoon. So this is piece number 6. This is the top part of his head. All right, now we have one of his eye patches, piece number 7. Just lay that down so that you get that curve in there. And it's going to overlap the top part of the head all the way around that curve and also over the body there, over the shoulders. Do the 8, piece number 8 on the other side. And you don't need to worry about it overlapping all the way in here. They are actually just kind of just touching the top part of the head right in here because we've got some white eyebrows that we are going to lay down. So that was piece number 8. So now number 9, we will do those eyebrows. So number 9 is the one on this side. There we go. And number 10 is the one on the other side. If you have trouble seeing through any of these pieces, like seeing that line for the top, for the part of the eyebrow, if you just push it down so that it makes physical contact with all the layers, it'll let those lines show through much better. Okay, now 11 is one of the eyes. Doesn't matter which one is which, the eyes are identical, but this side is number 11, so we'll put that there. And then number 12 on this side. And now we have his little chin piece, his muzzle. This is number 13. And last piece is his nose, number 14. All right, So that's all the pieces in place. I'm going to very carefully lift up this silicone mat, carry it over to my ironing board, fuse all the pieces in place. Just follow the directions on whatever brand of fusible adhesive you are using. I use Heat and Bond Light. And then I'm going to wait for it to cool and then peel it off and stick it down to the quilt block that I use, the background block. Fuse it in place again, that's the final fuse, and then take it to my sewing machine and do all of the outline stitching, and then I will bring it back here and show you the finished block, as well as show you one other version with a different color combination and without the eyelashes. And here is the finished block. I've done all of the outline stitching, and I added some catch lights to his eyes, just a little dot of white fabric paint. And I did another color version too. So first I want to show you this one. This is the one that you'll see on the cover of the Woodland Critters applique pattern. All of the blocks in that sample use shades of green in the background blocks, and they're all blenders from the Avocado Blenders collection. And all of the animals are realistic animal colors from the Animal Kingdom Blenders collection. But I did one other version, and that is this one. So in the second version of the quilt that I made two different samples for the pattern. Again, all of the animals use realistic colors, so all from the Animal Kingdom blenders. But in this version, for the background blocks, instead of using these tone-on-tone blenders, I used solid blocks where I have the quilting lines actually printed on the fabric. And these are all from the Farmer's Market color palette. So totally different look. And you'll also notice that this one has eyelashes. So almost all of the animals in the pattern, the Woodland Critters quilt pattern, have eyelashes on them, and you can either stitch them like I did in this block, or you can leave them off like I did for this one, whichever look you like the best. But I do think that the eyelashes are awfully cute. I'm Wendy from shinyhappyworld.com, and this is the raccoon block from the Woodland Critters quilt pattern.